Welcome to Real Judaism with Rabbi Ari Klapper. Unfiltered wisdom for Jewish life.
Continuing on our topic of accepting Rechilus, we have to understand that this actually is something that's very difficult. Many times we hear something, and when we hear it automatically, that's the first thing we believe. We live in a day and age of fake news, but the fake news, even though everyone knows that you can't necessarily trust the news, you have to look into it to see if somebody had a personal agenda in what they wrote or didn't or said. But still, the first impression that goes into a person's head sticks. Therefore, even if it turns out that something is not true, it's already much harder to uproot it. Therefore, says the Chafetz Chaim, a person has to be so careful from the very first moment that somebody says something. I'm not accepting it. I'm not accepting what you're telling me. That has to be our automatic response. It's very difficult because a lot of times the person who's speaking to us thinks they're trying to help us. And they're telling us, this person did this bad thing and he said this nasty thing about you. No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it, but it's me and a person is nogeh b'davar. But how do you know that it's true? How do you know? Automatically, it comes in, it goes in. But we can decide whether we're going to accept it or not. This is something that a person needs training in. But he can do it. It is possible. Just because somebody says something to you doesn't mean that it's true. Especially in our generation, we can know that for a fact. Many, many times people say things and there's news out and it's just not true. When it's looked into a little bit more, you see that it was reversed. And we, the Jewish people, are victims of this all the time. Therefore, we should have an extra push for ourselves that if we hear negative things that were said about us or they're said about somebody else, we shouldn't be ready to accept it.
Thank you for joining Real Judaism, where we explore Torah's wisdom for real life. Created by J Foundations and produced by Eli Podcast Productions. Find more episodes at realjudaism.org and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.